Black and White, Brian Rundle, Lana Quest. I am Brian Rundle. And then, of course, over here is the reason why people tune in, the unbelievable Lana Quest. Lana, what is happening?
Hey, still heating my coffee.
Coffee heating. She's got stuff going on. So I told her, luckily, nobody pays us to do this. So we do whatever the hell we want to.
That is true. Be back.
And there's Lana. She's going to go get her coffee. But in the meantime, it is Tuesday, and it is Black and White, Brian Rundle, Lana Quest. And now, since she is gone, I am going to ask everybody to please, before we get started, I know this might be the first time you're watching and you're going out, well, why would I hit subscribe? Why would I like? I don't know what you guys are going to say. It might suck. Well, just hit subscribe, hit like, and it's my understanding you can unsubscribe and unhit the like button later if you don't like what you're hearing. So just go ahead, get that out of the way now. And then, maybe you'll keep it, right, Lana? Did you hear what I said?
Yes, I was right here. Hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends and your family. Hit the like button and subscribe. Like, it don't cost you anything. You don't even have to unsubscribe. Just literally leave it. Who cares? Who cares?
Exactly. It doesn't do anything. And by the way, those friends and family she's talking about, they're not doing anything right now. Just share it with them.
Exactly. Come on. Right. If you're on social media, share it there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Lana, I was going to ask how your weekend was, but I know I don't even have to ask what you did over this last weekend. Everybody was talking about it. I'm sure you went to go see it 3 or 4 times. The Melania movie.
I'm like, wait, what did I do? Man, what? I was at my grandson's basketball game. Stop playing.
Now, you didn't see the Melania movie?
Way better than the Melania movie.
I would imagine, and you probably didn't even need to see the Melania movie to make that review.
We see the Melania movie every time she speaks.
That is true. Yeah, that's the Melania movie in real time is almost way more interesting than the canned one. So I like the ones. If that movie was 2 hours of her pushing Trump's hand away every time he tried to go hold it, then I might have gone and saw it.
Was it 2 hours?
I don't know. An hour and a half. Who even knows? I don't know. I didn't pay much attention to it. But you know what this week is, though, Lana, I'm sure, especially up there.
Super Bowl?
It is Super Bowl week. And this is the 52nd Super Bowl in a row out of my 54 years on the planet that I get to celebrate not watching my team win it. So it was 40 years ago they were in it, but Super Bowl is always fun for everybody else except for me because my team never gets there. But Lana being up there in the Boston area, I thought we were done with the Patriots at one point. No, these some bitches are right fucking
there. You thought, just like y'all
unbelievable.
Underestimating, just like y'all underestimate the Celtics.
Well, the Celtics you shouldn't underestimate, but these Patriots, man, it is unbelievable. It's actually embarrassing as a Dolphins fan that they're back. I'm sure everybody's excited up there where you're at, Lana. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not even a big football fan like that. It's basketball, but yeah. It's fun. You always want a winning team. It's also trunk week? Isn't it like baseball season's coming, spring training and all that?
It is pitchers and catchers are reporting. So I'm always excited about baseball. But
bubble gum, like the tons of bubble gum's been shipped down to Spring, Florida, and
that's right. That's right. It's a great time. But like I said, I'm sure when you're up there in the city, it's a lot of fun when your team's in it, even if you're not really even rooting for them. But what happens, though, now every year during the Super Bowl, Lana, there's controversy even before it starts. All we have to do is name who's in the halftime show, and everybody loses their fucking mind. And I always find it interesting, Lana, that the people who wind up losing their minds are the same people who I thought boycotted the NFL 12 years ago because Colin Kaepernick took a knee during a national anthem.
Right.
But apparently they're back. Their boycott didn't work. And people seem to be more interested about what's going on in the halftime than the actual game itself. And it is so ridiculous, so tiring so boring. And unfortunately, we have a media that loves to perpetuate it. And to dive onto this, Lana, what's
I don't know yay, Bad Bunny. Like I mean, I love that MAGA get upset about like the dumbest things on the planet. Like there's a bunch of people that are gonna be laughing and happy. Right? Like they just get so upset about shit. Like it's just dumb. Like I can't.
I think the thing that's the most confusing, and it confuses smart people, and they're clearly confused, is that they're saying it's un-American. Now, it's my understanding Bad Bunny is more American than Melania is. So he was born in Puerto Rico. So he is an American. I'm not sure how this is un-American, but again, I think a lot of people take their cues from their leaders. And here is Donald Trump on with this stupid idiot, whoever he is from this stupid channel, talking about the appearance of Bad Bunny this weekend, where everybody is just so upset on the right. Nope. Why?
That
Lana, where's our producer? Did they call in today?
Yeah, they did.
Let's try it again.
On camera at the rallies. Is there any chance?
Holy shit, that's not it either. Lana, fire me. Just fire me right now. I got it.
Okay, good. We're good.
Why is it not coming up?
Bunny Rabbit or whatever his name, this guy who hates ICE. He doesn't like you. He accuses everything he doesn't like of racism. Do you think maybe we should just kind of entertain blowing off the NFL, like a boycott or something along those lines? This guy does not.
Didn't you already do that?
Not seem like a unifying entertainer, and a lot of folks don't even know who he is.
I never heard of him. I don't know who he is. I don't know why they're doing it. It's like crazy. And then they blame it on some promoter that they hired to pick up entertainment. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And while we're at it, I'd like them to change the kickoff rule, which looks ridiculous, where the ball is kicked and the ball is floating in the air and everyone's standing there watching it. It's ridiculous. It's not any safer than the regular kickoff. I think it just looks so terrible. I think it really demeans football, to be honest with you. It's a great game, but it demeans football. Do you know what I mean by that? The kickoff rule, the new kickoff rule.
Look how pissed he is. He's like, wait a minute. I asked you, we're supposed to be beating up a Bad Bunny right now, and you switched over to the fucking kickoff, which he is obsessed with, by the way. He won't stop talking about that, and it's just so ridiculous. I don't know if it's him just trying to pretend like he understands football. I don't know what it is, but this is the kind of rhetoric that we hear that try to make people more angry. He hates ICE. He hates you, sir. What do you have to say about that? Well, I don't know. They blamed it on a promoter, but how about that kickoff?
Like no president in all of history gives a fuck about shit like this. Like no president, no one of purpose, no one with self-esteem, who fucking, like, no one pays it. Like, you're going to a football. Do you think Bush ever went to a football game and said, hey, I wonder if this person supports me? Like, are you crazy right now? Like, people are going to plays and shit. Are you like, I can't see this play because I'm not sure if the cast support. Like, Donald Trump is a fucking idiot. His MAGA crew are fucking idiots because they don't see how stupid this sounds. Like, what the fuck? He doesn't support you, Mr. President. Oh, so he's not a unifier? He doesn't support a racist, so he's the bad person.
Lana, these are the people who still 10 plus years later still fall for the, oh, you're from ABC, you're fake news, you're not allowed. You know, it's just like, at some point, does that not just get boring and tired? And like, even the staunchest of supporters, don't you just go, all right, that's kind of, you know, we've seen that enough. you could watch a comedian, you could watch their comedian special like 10 different times and it's hilarious. But at some point, you're just so used to the jokes that it's like, you still appreciate the humor behind it, but all right, let's move on and get some new jokes.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Like, it's been over 10 years, over a decade of this, like, if they don't like me, I'm going to go after them, or the 2020 elections are stole. Like, it's so, if I didn't win, there's funny business. When I win, everything is legit. So we're just saying you just win every fucking thing. Like, it doesn't even ring true in life. Like, it's just, I see why you call them flying monkeys. It's just like, he says, go look over there. They're like, okay.
Yep.
Just wherever.
I mean, those cabinet meetings are the people who are standing behind him and they go, sir, it is so unbelievable that you are our president. Had you not been our president, our country would have been gone by now. He comes out and talks about bragging about winning a golf championship on his own course, but he's just like Kim Jong-un. Everybody knows he's going to win, not based on the fact that he's good. They always want to talk about merit all the time and no DEI. He's the biggest DEI golf champion at his own resort of all time. Everything about him is pathetic and sad, but what makes it way more pathetic and sad are the pathetic and sad people who make him feel this way. And I don't know if I could wake up and look myself in the mirror. What would I need in life for me to be able to just say, screw it? I am just putting my whole pride, and I don't care about pride. I don't care about people making fun of me. I don't care about people seeing through me. I just need this that badly. Maybe Nicki Minaj could answer that question.
Maybe. I mean, I kind of see why she's doing it. She's got 2 pedophile families.
That's what I said. I mean,
she's
got a reason, I guess, where she's like, fuck it. It's either that or.
Still, you can't pay me any amount of money to support that, even to fake like I support that. Like we talked about this. We could probably actually have a ton of millions of followers. We would make so much money if this podcast was in support of Trump, especially a Black woman. And I could replace Diamond and Silk or Candace Owens if I wanted to. Like,
you know what, Lana, since you brought that up, we're going to have a meeting after this and we're going to change the format next week. Screw it. You know what? Because we might as well, we'll make the millions of dollars and then we'll just give it to Democratic candidates.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
Not a bad idea.
Some type of going undercover, some type of op.
Yep. That's what we'll do. We'll have to study, though. We're going to have to do like a whole class to learn how to become like them and think like them. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough time.
I don't think I have the stomach for it.
Right. But, Bad Bunny is being celebrated by a lot of people, but he's in huge trouble, though, Lana, because apparently Turning Point USA is countering this Super Bowl halftime show with one of their own. And it's being led by the none other superstar from 30 years ago, Kid Rock. And I think they got somebody named Gabby Simpson or Chuckles Berry. I don't know. And 3 other people.
Of course.
I don't know who the hell it is they got. I did see that on Spotify, between the 4 of them, they had 9 billion downloads, which I was like, wow, that's a lot more than I thought. I would imagine that maybe Kid Rock's 8 billion of them. But and then I saw Bad Bunny's. His alone was 19 billion. And that was more than all 4 of them combined, double more than all 4 of them combined. And they're saying that some promoter got this all fucked up. That's what Trump was saying. It's a promoter who doesn't know what he's doing. Didn't the guy just win all kinds of Grammys the other day, too?
It's just really gross. Like, they're just really disgusting. And if you're still following these people, you're just really disgusting, too. It's like, you're just mad. You're mad because a Puerto Rican is singing in the Super Bowl. It's just like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go buy some eggs. Like, grocery prices are still like fucking inflated. and y'all are bitching and moaning because a Puerto Rican is playing in the Super Bowl. This is America. What the fuck is wrong with you? He's American.
It's so bizarre. It is just so weird. But again,
they don't have culture. And this is like a part of the issue, right? It's like people like this. So regular non-people of color, right? Like yourself, you appreciate the culture that diversity brings because, like, I don't know, non-people of color, like, I don't know what whiteness, like what culture, like your culture is just, it's like
the only culture white people have are the culture that they've taken from other cultures.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's never been a thing where you've made your own. It's crazy. So, like, you know, normal people like, yeah, I'm going to appreciate other people's culture. Not them. They're just so upset, but then still want to, like, say, eat at Mexican restaurants, right? So still want to do the bigoted racist shit.
Yep.
But still want to partake kind of in the culture, right? Like Nicki Minaj, that's like thinking you're dipping your foot. Like they want to exploit it. That's more or so. Like you enjoy it. They want to exploit it. I guess that's really what.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I'm sure they don't mind taking that day off of work on MLK Day. You know, they don't mind doing all that stuff.
Right.
You know, the white culture, the only white culture really is racism. I mean, that's really the only white culture thing that they have. And, you know, that's the only kind of culture that you should be against because it is cool. It is exciting to be in other places where you just see people, first of all, the culture is them enjoying themselves, first and foremost. And the culture is born in a lot of being downtrodden but the uprising from that being downtrodden is what makes it even more impressive and exciting and something to value. So first of all, I'm going to tell everybody out there, if you are at a Super Bowl party and you are at one where they switch it to the Turning Point USA halftime show, you're at the wrong Super Bowl party and never go back to that one ever again because they didn't even care about the fucking game. They cared about making a statement at halftime in front of everybody.
You know what the interesting thing is? And Baby Juggernaut made a good point, like he's doing the Super Bowl for free. But the other thing is, it's like if you listen to his award speech, the man talked about unity, right? He said ICE out, right? ICE out. He didn't say fuck ICE.
Yeah.
He didn't say defund ICE.
Yeah.
He was very clear.
He didn't say for Latin people only either, by the way. Most of the people there are white.
Right. He said ICE out. And he also said you fight with love. That's what he said. And that was the message, right? The message, don't get it twisted. That wasn't turn the other cheek. But it means like you can continue to fight, kind of like what Kamala said, and be joyful in your fight.
Right. Right. Exactly. But it's ridiculous. And again, here's more rhetoric, Lana. This is, of course, Caroline Leavitt, who every time she opens her mouth, you just want to vomit. But here she is with her opinion on Bad Bunny and the audience at the Grammys who are cheering him.
The administration is still expecting ICE agents during the Super Bowl. And what are the comments from President Donald Trump regarding what Bad Bunny said during the Grammy Awards, ICE out?
Mm-hmm. I have not spoken with ICE or the Department of Homeland Security or Secretary Noem with respect to enforcement at the Super Bowl, so I don't want to speak on a topic that I don't have knowledge on. I'm sorry, but I would defer you to them.
Bad Bunny?
I'm sorry?
On the statements of Bad Bunny saying ICE out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's very ironic and frankly sad to see celebrities who live in gated communities with private security.
She's a 27-year-old who married a 60-year-old billionaire, by the way.
With millions of dollars to spend protecting themselves, trying to just demonize, law enforcement public servants who work for the United States government to enforce our nation's laws. And you didn't hear this same type of uproar from celebrities in Hollywood when the previous administration allowed an invasion of our nation's borders and allowed innocent women and girls like Jocelyn Nungaray and Laken Riley to be killed and raped and murdered at the hands of people who should have never been in our country in the first place. And now
there's some reports of some young girls going around right now that she doesn't seem to want to talk about them.
you have law enforcement who are simply trying to do their jobs to remove violent predators like those who took the lives of innocent Americans. There was no uproar from Hollywood and the elitist crowd at the Grammys then, but there is now. And I think that speaks to the unfortunate irony that we're seeing in Hollywood.
Oh, that entire fucking rambling on was nothing but ironic. And, this is, again, the same playbook that at some point people have to be getting tired of this. They have to be doing the, well, you asked me a question that is something that is we're defending and we're the ones that are complaining about it. But what we're going to do is we're going to blame the left. And it's just some point, man. I just wish some people would just go, this is kind of, can anybody just answer a fucking question?
Right. Or just tell the truth. Like, it's ridiculous. Every chance they get, they name not to devalue the lives of Laken Riley and the other one that they keep using. The two people, like that, because that's just let's just be real. They can only name two.
They leave out the one that happened during Trump, by the way. That Molly Tibbetts is the one they always seem to forget.
Right, but every friggin' day, like. The people in the White House, right? Fucking pedophiles in the administration and their wealthy friends that have raped children. Name those people. Name those women now that are looking for justice. Americans that have done this, not immigrants. Like, what are we talking about right now? We're talking about two people that were murdered by immigrants. Like, yeah, that happens. How often? What is it? 1% of the crime?
Less, way less.
Like that's right. Like 0.01. Like that's so ridiculous. We can name the freaking students in Uvalde who were murdered. Who were they murdered by? It wasn't an immigrant. Like we forget all of these mass shootings, but we want to blame immigrants for two things and then blame the whole immigrant community for those two murders. Like, it's stupid. And you're right. Like, at one point, do fucking MAGA go, this does sound a little ridiculous. Like, it's just on his face. It's all you can keep saying is just like, this is stupid. Like, this is really getting really stupid, more and more stupid by the day.
And you're not shocked. I know you're not, because you see it all the time online, but they still run with it. There's still, you can add up the amount of people who have murdered anybody that was an undocumented immigrant, plus a transgender person that attacked somebody in a bathroom. Right. And that is those crimes right there over a 10-year period is less than the amount of crimes that may have happened in your city today.
Right. Right. But we don't talk about that because we can't demonize it, right? And unless it's a person of color committing a crime, then they can utilize that. But, we don't even talk about the white kid, Trump supporter, who shot or tried to assassinate Donald Trump. We don't even talk about him.
They still say, when they refer to that kid, they say a radical leftist. People literally have that come out of their fucking mouths.
He's a Trump supporter. What are we talking about? He's a Trump supporter.
It is so wild that they say the two supposed, and I'm still, I don't know. I'm by no means a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know. The more and more I hear about that, I'm a little suspicious. The fact that this kid was able to just walk right up those stairs and people were pointing, going, look, somebody's going up on the roof. And they're like, shh.
Right. Right. I mean, anyone's expendable too. Like, they don't care if someone else got shot and killed. Like, we watch it on our streets. They don't care.
Yep. And the more we're reading about the Epstein files that are coming out, some of the things in there were even way more horrific than I even thought. I mean, there's literal talk about murder in these things, and that people knew about the murders of these young girls. Now, again, it doesn't mean it is 100% done or this is true, 100% true, but I want to know why this is not investigated at all. This is insanity. I mean, and I'm starting to realize more and more, because some of the most powerful people in the world will never allow this to be investigated. Right. They will go to the ends of the earth. They will kill people. They will make sure people are not able to talk. You know, that's why, again, not a conspiracy theorist, but if somebody told me that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered, I'd be like, yeah, it sounds about right. Especially the more of this stuff comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. This is the stuff like TV is made of, or movies. For sure.
I'm not even sure anybody could come up with this shit. And by the way, actually, I take that back. The people that could come up with it were these fucking little dipshits that were QAnon and 4chan chat people. They were talking about the cabals and this is sacrificing young girls. It may be true, but it's the people that they voted for that were doing all this.
Right. We're starting to see that, right? And when that video came out earlier this week about that was it the Mexican model? I think she was, I don't know.
Yeah, where she was screaming.
Huh?
Where she was screaming.
Yeah, about the wealthy people eating. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's what they accused Hillary and Joe Biden of doing.
And Tom Hanks for some reason. I don't know.
So it's really interesting that you actually have someone saying, yeah, this is what's happening. And it's something that they blame the Democrats for, which has proven to always be a projection.
There's a connection between the person who started this 4chan, where that's where the QAnon conspiracies started to culminate, and that the guy who started 4chan is in this Epstein files. I don't think it has anything to do. I'm not even sure if it had anything to do with young girls, but with meetings with Jeffrey Epstein. So, and again, that's where all this stuff came from. And look, I always, when people would have said stuff like that years and years and years ago, you'd be like, oh my God, you're crazy. But there is stuff now that you see that these victims were talking and saying, this is what I saw. This is what happened. That young lady, that video, to my understanding, that didn't just come out a year ago. That came out years and years ago, before any of this. We knew a lot of this stuff. So I don't know. Real quick, last clip about Bad Bunny. This is, of course, another moron, this Tommy Tuberville, who used to coach the Auburn Tigers. And it drives me nuts, too, when you have somebody like this who, you know, his whole job was centered around going into these Black communities and recruiting these Black kids and all this stuff. And just to turn out to just be so far right MAGA. This is him yapping about Bad Bunny for some reason.
I call it the woke bowl, because we're getting more and more woke, and we got Bad Bunny or Bad Rabbit at halftime. I'll be watching the TPUSA halftime show.
Yeah,
but it's
we're gonna love that.
Just unfortunate we've gotten to this point.
You went to the game last year with the president in New Orleans, but neither of you are going this year. You don't want to go to the woke bowl, I guess. Coach, we appreciate your time as always.
Oh no, they're not going to the woke bowl, Lana. These people are so fucking stupid. It breaks your brain.
I know. Yeah, that was so funny what you did there. Like, oh my God, y'all are corny as fuck.
We're still laughing at the woke bowl. I mean, are these people are still saying TDS? I mean, are we still doing that? Let's go, Brandon. I don't.
So dumb. Yeah. Nobody wants you anyway. Go watch fucking meth head, dirty, greasy ass Kid Rock squirm around the stage with his dirty fucking clothes on. Have at it. We don't care.
Who was the one? They weren't. They were talking about. They were talking about Megan Thee Stallion at Kamala Harris's rallies and her dancing, and it's so. doesn't Kid Rock always have like strippers on the stage all the time? And then now they're huge fans of Nicki Minaj.
Exactly. Nicki Minaj literally called Melania a bitch a few years ago. So stop. It's nonsense. It's so transparent. It's so transparent.
JD Vance was the first person I think I've ever heard Donald Trump or refer to him as Hitler. And now all of a sudden, again, all of these people are grifting assholes. And speaking, Lana, of the hypocrisy, this drunk idiot, Jeanine Pirro, who is in charge of Washington, D.C., I guess I don't know. Did the Democrats do some Jedi mind trick on the Republicans and now they're somehow against guns? Because this is Jeanine Pirro talking about guns.
Gun into the district, you marked my words, you're going to jail. I don't care if you have a license in another district, and I don't care if you're a law.
Look at the host. Even the host is like, hold on.
Providing gun owners somewhere else. You bring a gun into this district, count on going to jail, and hope you get the gun back. And that makes all the difference.
Why do all these idiots talk like they're professional wrestlers? It is just so. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing how accountability works, when people think that if they actually get arrested, they might have to do time and they might be taken off the street. It sort of puts a little different message into people's heads.
There they go, cracking up at each other's jokes again. The hilarious MAGA jokes, Lana. I mean, they're just the funniest.
Didn't Jeanine fail to get a jail sentence for the guy who threw a sub sandwich?
100%. One of the greatest victories in jurisprudence history when he got found not guilty.
Hey, Democrats, now may be a good time to get some gun reform.
Since they seem to be on the side, I mean, you kind of already have them saying, we're starting to agree about this Alex Pretty guy. Let's do the Alex Pretty law.
Yeah. No, I mean, not funny, but funny. Hey, making some gun control now.
Ironically funny. We've talked about irony a lot. And, this is, again, these people are so fucking crazy. And, that's the devil. We're not laughing at the situation. We're laughing at these people talking about these serious situations because they're not serious people. And, unfortunately, in a way, we have to take them serious. But it is, I think, important to start pointing out how ridiculous they sound. I thought that Kamala Harris's campaign was on the right track when they were just blasting them, saying these people are weird. And I think somebody, and again, I'm not to play revisionist history because it doesn't matter now, but to go off of that message, I don't think was really necessarily the right thing. Does that win her or lose her the election? Probably not. But I think these people do need to be shamed more and just being shown, because that's what they did with Democrats. They went around all the day. They're not the cool ones. They used woke as being dorky or nerdy or bad or whatever it is. And they somehow got that over the top. If they keep doing that with these people, that will resonate because a lot of people in these kind of things, they don't think for themselves. They want to be told what to thought or what to think. And when you hear it over and over and over again, like they did on the right, that's why these messages win with these people who really aren't even that interested in politics. It's the same people talking about this halftime Super Bowl show, and they're not even that interested in the fucking game. That's who MAGA is.
Literally, watch the game. Bad Bunny comes on, turn it off. It's just.
It is wild. It is wild. Oh boy, speaking of wild, Don Lemon recently just got the Jimmy Kimmel treatment, except he got arrested for being a journalist. And one of the lines I'm hearing all over the place saying, he's not a journalist. I say, he literally is a broadcast journalist degree from LSU. It is like in writing that this guy's as journalistic as a journalist could be. And they're saying, no. He should have been arrested because he's not a journalist. If you missed the story, apparently there was a pastor at a church who was also in ICE, and a group of people went into the church and protested. And Don Lemon, as a reporter and a certified journalist, went in there to cover the scene and to ask some questions. And days later, Lana, they arrested him for being a journalist in the United States of America. This is some Putin-ass bullshit.
Yep. They sure did. They were just waiting for something. It's like, you don't get to do that. So the First Amendment right is like not a thing right now. They're like, oh, he conspired with the protesters. Yeah, prove it. He didn't. Literally, I saw a video where he was asking questions to the parishioners and the protesters, and he said, no, I'm not with them. I'm a journalist. Like, literally said that while he was doing this. And you can't even say, well, he knew ahead of time. He gets to know ahead of time if he's a journalist. That's how they do their work. Often they know something is about to happen. They get a tip off, and that's where they go, because that is fucking journalism. Like, what are we talking about?
It worked out perfect for them, Lana, because it was the gay black man who used to work for CNN. So the perfect fucking target for the MAGA flying monkeys.
Exactly. So they don't think about Epstein, right? Because again, Trump goes, hey, look at the black gay. Go over there. Don't look at the naked wealthy guys with the children. And my name in the Epstein file 38,000 plus times. Don't look over there. Chase the black guy. Like, like you can't. I just love how you kill them on TikTok. Like, I do. Like, no one does it like you. You're really good.
Oh, thank you. I thank you for coming by.
But it's like, when you used to say flying monkeys, it used to drive me crazy internally, just because the word monkey, right? Like, that's, a thing that personal thing that I wrestle with. But like, there's no other description for them other than like those monkeys with the tambourine. Like, I see that now, and they're like this, and then whenever he says over there, they like going. I'm like, what?
Actually, it's funny because I did get a message one time from somebody that said, hey, Brian, I just want to let you know that there's certain things, because that was something somebody called me when I was younger. She said, though, she goes, but, and I talked to my mom about it, and my mom loves your lives too. And they're saying, obviously he is not saying it in that reference. Obviously, where that comes from is from The Wizard of Oz, and where the Wicked Witch of the West sent out her flying monkeys to do her bidding for her. So, I call him the Wicked Bitch of Mar-a-Lago, and he's got his flying monkeys. And I told anybody, I said, if anybody was truly offended by that, I would obviously never ever say that, But yes, I mean, that's just how we see them. It's just, they're programmed, just little boys. And I most of the time just say boys. I don't even say girls, because there's some women and there's enough of them that are whacked out. But the ones who are the most vocal about it are these dudes, especially on TikTok when I'm on there. But Don Lemon, anyway, he was, which I loved, and you wouldn't expect anything different, very vigilant about his stance when he got out and said, you think you're scaring me? You got the wrong guy.
F off whoever you think is going to stop me from reporting. I'll say it, fuck off. If you think you're going to stop me from reporting, if you think that you are going to stop and diminish my voice, then you have as my grandmother would say, you have another thing coming, because that ain't ever going to stop. I don't care what you tried to do to me. I am a journalist through and through and through. And I came from strong, sturdy peasant stock that built this country for free. This is my country through and through. If anyone deserves the freedom and the rights and the Constitution of this country, it is me, this little black boy from Louisiana that came from enslaved people who have not always and still don't always have the same freedoms as white people do in this country. So for all of you people who are so aggrieved and so upset that I had the nerve to be a journalist and to exercise my freedom of expression and my freedom of the press under the Constitution, too bad. Too bad. I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. All right. So I just want you to know that.
Yeah, that is the gay black man looking basically the president of the United States and saying, fuck you. Come after me. I don't give a fuck. And he's gonna win. And you know what all that did? All that did is now you're taking people who were not watching Don Lemon. Yep. Now you are just doing but exploding his audience for him, you fucking idiots.
Yeah. His brand just went up. Like his brand you just put him on the fucking map. And you know what else you did? That little bit, those little bits of the black men that you made some gains with, like very few, because it's still, you know, voted overwhelmingly for Kamala, but he did make some gains with some. No. Those are gone. Like those are gone. I mean, it's gone just like it's gone with Hispanics, right? Like the Latinos that they made all those gains. Trump is fucking Republicans up, and they're still like hanging on to that lifeboat. Like, don't leave me, daddy. Don't leave me in the wind. And he's just like, yo, he don't give a frick.
Nope. And you know what's funny too is what I love is that Don Lemon, I believe, would have done that regardless. But what I also love, though, is that there are people that have shown that I will stand up to this guy and this bitch won't do nothing. He's not going to do anything. He thinks his little I'm arrested and I'm going to be in jail for a little while is going to scare me. He might be able to do that to the undocumented immigrant and send them to El Salvador. But you're trying it with me now? Please. There are people out there who were born in this country, prominent figures that have been threatened by this administration, almost begging to be arrested at this point. Please do it.
Because they can fight it, right? Like if you have the means, like, yeah, fuck with me. Don Lemon has the means. And at this point in the game, to be honest, there are attorneys that are representing people pro bono. They're like, I will just take your case. So that is happening. Or there are funds being raised around the country to help people who need the help. Like Donald Trump is just what he failed to realize, and this is what he did the last time, is he actually is uniting everyone. Like that, you're probably going to talk about it, but the Texas State Senate, Taylor, whatever his name is, Republicans voted for him.
Huge story. Huge. People don't realize. And I'll let you finish on that, but I'm glad that these dipshit MAGA voters do not understand at all how important and what a huge story that is. They have no idea. I have these morons coming up to me on TikTok every fucking night, Lana, going, this is why you guys lose elections all the time. I'm like, I asked them, I said, do you know what the last election Democrats lost? Y'all lost big in November. I'm like, that's over a year ago, you fucking dummy. We've had like 50 elections since, and I don't know if the Democrats even lost any, or if they did. There's been a huge swing.
Yes, it was that woman. I can't even remember her name.
In Tennessee.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, exactly. She less than double digits. I think she lost by. And that
was in Florida as well.
Yeah.
It's coming. The only way, and one thing I would also say, and Lana and I talked about this already before, I think people need to stop this sky is falling that the elections aren't going to happen. The elections are happening. They cannot stop the elections. They just can't. Gavin Newsom in the state of California can run his elections any way, how he wants. He's running on election day and saying, we're going forward with our elections. If you in Idaho, you fucking morons don't want to run yours, don't run them. We don't care. We're running ours. And the people that you didn't run in your states, when the time is up, they're out of office. So it doesn't matter. If they didn't win an election, their time is up at this particular date. And we're going to talk about that in just a little bit, Lana. We'll get back to that. But I want to play Pam Bondi real quick when she's talking about Don Lemon. Keep in mind, while you're watching this, this is the woman that is fully in charge as well with the Epstein files.
In a parking lot about 2 miles away, while people were filing into this church service, they were caravanning to this church to perform an attack-style infiltration.
It's so uncomfortable when they know they've got to say all the words and they can't remember them.
Of a church service on a Sunday morning. They came in through all doors. All the people we've charged did this. All of them. That's him in the church confronting the pastor. The pastor will say he was scared. His parishioners were scared. We just know there was a church shooting recently in Minneapolis.
What?
They did not know. You can't do this, Sean, in this country. Yes, it's a violation of the law to do what they did, and we will hold you accountable.
Okay, listen. Them going into the church may have been a violation of the law. And, you know, nobody is cheering that on. What they did, though, is they made this a bigger story by, if anybody were agreeing with you, that all you now did was turn this into something that was completely against the Constitution, and you arrested a journalist for going in and asking questions. That's who you were after. That's who you're punishing to try to make some point. And I think you did, but it's severely going to backfire.
Yeah. One, she shouldn't even be on as the Attorney General, Fox News or whatever the frick she was on, talking about this and swaying it, right? So, like, if you literally care to keep someone to have a trial, right? If this was like your goal was to have a trial and have him go to jail, you're not going to be showing one video on Fox News and swaying, you know what I mean? Like, that's a no-no. You're talking about a case that you're trying, you, Bondi, are trying in a court of law, but you're talking about that case. So that means they know that this is not a case, right? They just want the show of it. That's the first thing. The fucking second thing is that Donald Trump pardoned a woman that the what they arrested Lemon and the protesters on, like, whatever that statute is of the law, like you can't go into like an abortion clinic, like block people from going in. He pardoned someone who was arrested and served jail, jail time. An abortion clinic. So it wasn't that important, right? But now it's that important. That's the hypocrisy, and that's why none of this is serious. Donald Trump and his whole administration are fucking frauds. Like, our country is being run by fucking idiotic frauds that are inexperienced and unqualified, and they're just here to make the money. Like, I don't even know how the earth is still on its axis right now. Like, how are we even like not falling off? Like, I don't even know.
I don't. It's actually a great question, and again, I do believe that we're at the point now where enough Americans are over this to where, if we have free and fair elections, that's the only thing I'm more worried about. I'm not worried about them not having them. I'm more worried about what they're going to do. And again, we'll get back to that in a minute. But I think we're at a point now. You know, Lana and I many times talked about polls before on this, and we're like, we don't go too much by polls. But when you're asking the American people, literally in every single poll, there are no outliers. Every single one of them are almost identical with how are we doing with immigration. This was something that he was so far ahead on. He is now deeply underwater on immigration. He's deeply underwater on the economy. He's deeply underwater on how he's just handling the country altogether. And it's enough to where I think people are like, we have to get out of this. I don't even understand how any American, even if you're a Trump supporter, how you're just not exhausted by all this at some point, because maybe you're not exhausted by Trump necessarily. You have to be exhausted with the relationships around you, that maybe you're not, your daughter or your son or whoever's not talking to you anymore, or family members, friends that you've lost. You have to be exhausted. There's only one common denominator in all of these relationships that have blown up for the most part, and that's this Trump administration and this whole nonsense with MAGA. And at some point, I would think that it's got to, I don't know, it's got to be exhausting.
It is exhausting
for everybody.
It just is.
Yeah. Well, we noticed Pam Bondi, who is in charge of Epstein, didn't do her professional wrestling voice when it came to Epstein. But Donald Trump was asked about the latest drop. And here's what he had to say, Lana. Let's take a listen.
With Jeffrey Epstein. And in fact, if you look at the DOJ, they announced, they released 3 million pages. It's like this is all they're supposed to be doing. And frankly, the DOJ, I think, should just say, we have other things to do, because that whole thing has turned out, I mean, other than Bill Clinton and, Bill Gates and lots of people that there are a lot of questions about it, but nothing on me. But it was even sort of better than that, because they found that Jeffrey Epstein and this sleazebag writer named Michael Wolff were conspiring against Donald Trump to lose the election. So Epstein was conspiring with a writer for me to lose the election. So right there, you know that I had nothing to do with this guy. But yeah, it's a terrible thing. The amount of time that's being wasted. When Epstein was alive, like 10 years ago, nobody cared about it. But they're only doing it. But now it's really hitting back on them, because Bill Clinton is such a big part of it. The Democrats are pushing it. And the problem is that it's turning out to be the Democrats that were with and conspired with Epstein. So I think you're probably going to see a little pullback from them. But think of it, they were working together to try and help me lose the election. But this is the Oval Office, so I guess that didn't work out too well. Okay, one more.
Lonnie, we're fair here. Did that exonerate him?
What the fuck did he just say? I don't even know.
He doesn't even know what he said at this point.
I don't even know what that was. It's like, let me put the fire back on Clinton and then say it's the Democrats. But then you can't really explain then, if so, then why aren't we arresting or investigating Bill Clinton or all the Democrats that you say are in here? You're saying there's no crimes. That's what didn't Todd say, that they didn't see any crimes to investigate? So
what segue, Lana? You are the queen of segues. But we're going to play that here in a second, but going back to what you said and how confusing. Do you notice one thing that he tried to do? One thing that he tries to do, he thinks he's suckering the people in the room, because he's so used to being able to sucker the people around him, by going, look, it's the Democrats that are all over this. And now it looks like, because the fake news media, it's the Democrats, all this is going to go away. He thinks he's trying to almost talk his way into getting the people there to forget about this whole thing, because he's convincing them that it's nothing but Democrats all over this thing, and Bill Clinton, and now we're going to be quiet about it. And there's two things about this Epstein thing. One, it's not going away. But the second thing that I have the most concern about is I don't ever believe that anybody's ever going to get prosecuted for any of this stuff. Because I think unless the next administration comes through and says, hey, we are taking this seriously, it's out there, maybe we did run our mouths about getting it out there and now we have to back it up. We'll see if that happens. But something is just really off and very strange about this whole thing, beyond the obvious of what's off and strange about it. But, one thing that I do believe can happen, though, I believe you're going to have somebody in the FBI that is going to say, I can't do this anymore. This is terrible. And they're going to be leaking things that they know they shouldn't, maybe videos, something. Now, of course, I know I couldn't fucking have that job. If there were videos that I had to watch about what was possibly going on there, no fucking way I could do it. So I don't know how anybody would have the stomach to do it, but I do believe that somebody may come out and just say, fuck it. We've got to drop this. This is serious shit.
Yeah, I think after this presidency, there'll be more. Even from the victims, there may be a little more.
Yeah.
But I think
it
has
to at this point, right? I mean, you're too far.
They know who did this,
yeah,
but they are terrified. I mean, especially if you're talking about murders, right? Like they know but we can read the logs and the reports and the tip lines alone. The stuff that people were calling into the tip line was insane.
Yep. Yeah. Well, this is global too, Lana. This is Peter Thiel. This is Elon Musk. These are heads of state. These are major players around the world. And I have to keep thinking, who fucking heard of this and go, that sounds like it's for me. I've got to be there. Like, that is so fucking wild that this many people.
Obviously, we saw that even Elon's email talk about the organization. Like, we're calling what Epstein was doing in organization. Like, so, because that means you are cognizant of knowing this is like a whole thing, right? Like, it's a thing. Like, organization is wild.
It's wild too to say the same thing. He's like, hey, when's the wildest party? And I don't know anybody that knows anything about Jeffrey Epstein at this point, and you're thinking wildest party.
Right.
I mean, that doesn't look good. Somebody did say something pretty fucking funny. They were like, Elon Musk is the only person that can creep out pedophiles.
Right.
Pedophiles are like, dude,
like,
all right.
Don't invite him. Tell him we're not having any more parties.
Yeah, you're so fucking weird, bro.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's happening, but you had a perfect segue. Here is Todd Blanche, Trump's attorney, saying, you know, is it really that big of a deal? I mean, to party with Jeffrey Epstein, it's not a crime.
Camera at the rallies. Is there any chance that any of these individuals who partied with Epstein and engaged in, relations with minors will be prosecuted?
Well,
Any chance?
I'll never say no. And we will always investigate any evidence of misconduct. But as you know, it is not a crime to party with Mr. Epstein. And so as horrible as it's not a crime to email with Mr. Epstein. And some of these men may have done horrible things. And if we have evidence that allows us to prosecute them, you better believe we will. But it's also the kind of thing that the American people need to understand, that it isn't a crime to party with Mr. Epstein. It isn't a crime to have
Didn't look like that's all that was going on some of those photos. I mean, if the photos could speak, some of them look pretty bad.
That's right. And unfortunately, photos can't speak. And so we need witnesses and we need
Are there
evidence.
videotapes that you all have? Or?
Well, it didn't go. I wish I would have heard the answer, although we probably already know what it was. He was like, there's no videotapes. There's none of this. There's none of that. And even, like I said, technically he's right. Going to a Jeffrey Epstein party doesn't mean you're guilty of anything, but it sounds like you're weaseling out and you're protecting other people, possibly and probably mainly Donald Trump. And if you do know, if you truly know, like I know this Dan Bongino character who's now screaming again like a professional wrestler back on his podcast because he couldn't take the job that he was initially given in that administration. He's yelling at everybody like, everybody about Epstein. It's like, you're the asshole that was screaming about Epstein for 5-10 years, however fucking long it was. And now you're in there and you know things, and now you're protecting. I don't know, man. Again, how do you wake up and look yourself in the mirror?
Yeah, Todd Blanche just said, like, well, if there were witnesses or something, like, you didn't talk to none of those women. They want to talk. They want to talk to you, right? Yeah. You don't want witnesses. The witnesses are there. Any normal person would be like, let's at least talk to the women and see if there is a there there. They're screaming to be talked to. What do? You talk to Ghislaine Maxwell, but you can't talk to them. Like,
and move her to another prison, by the way.
Figure that one out. Like, that makes no sense. She's the only one in jail. I mean, she's a monster and belongs in jail, but she's the only one in jail.
Yep.
So, because obviously there was a there. Obviously, you partied with Epstein. You are also partying with Ghislaine, who is now in jail, right? So
and it was for trafficking young girls. Okay, so even if it wasn't a celebrity, who are the non-celebrities that are in jail for it?
Right.
Nobody that I at least know of. And you're right. It's just wild that there's millions of pages here. You're telling me out of all of those pages, at least one of those young girls who are now women every single one of them are lying about what happened on that island.
We literally saw who was the big guy that was like on top of or on the floor over a young female.
Yep.
Who was that guy? Who is that female? How old was she at the time? Because that right there seems pretty I don't know, gross, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, the picture doesn't prove he did something, but hey, who is she? Maybe you want to ask her, like, did something happen? Did he touch you? How old were you? Because if he did, then that is a crime. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, it's disgusting. And Donald Trump is sitting here going, I don't know, look at Bill Clinton, but I sure wasn't in it. I sure wasn't me. Like, what the fuck? He said you were his best buddy. Like, stop playing with us, man.
And you know the hypocrisy, Lana, is you remember when they associated Barack Obama with a pastor who said something like years ago?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, Barack Obama's president now. He thinks exactly. So we're going to associate that. But you're not going to associate any of these people that you don't want to take down, especially Donald Trump. You don't want to associate him with a guy who clearly, Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump is the only person I've ever heard Jeffrey Epstein say he was my best friend.
Yeah. Right.
His best buddy didn't know what was going on. He was first accused and I think he was arrested first in 2005. And there was plenty of parties and plenty of things going on since then. And I don't know. Again, you either... you have, I don't know. I can't even describe it, Lon. I don't know how you live with yourself knowing that either you did this or you knew people who did this and you're not saying anything. It's wild. It's fucking wild.
Wasn't there evidence about Trump using the pageants to traffic women over that way? Like it was written somewhere or in an email or a tip line or something in those files that said that Mar-a-Lago and the pageants they were using girls there to.
There's so much that's come out. I'm sure it has been, or something like that has come out. But I did see one where the young lady said that Donald Trump literally said, if you say anything, I will have you killed, just like that other girl that's missing. So again, does it mean that there is something that is 100% fact? No, it doesn't. But the fact that that's not investigated, who is the girl she's talking about? Right. Why are these girls not being talked to? You're exactly right, Lana. Why are we talking to Maxwell? Why are we not talking to these women? And it's fucking wild. Speaking of wild, again, this other idiot who is yelling and screaming about the Epstein files for years, testified in front of Congress. What was this? A couple months ago, like sometime last year, testified. This is Kash Patel. This is what he said at the time.
Information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay.
Yeah. These people, man, I don't know, Lana. And these people, they're the ones who said they believe God and Jesus and heaven and all this stuff. If they do, Donald Trump himself said, I'm not going to heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
Why do you think that is, I wonder?
Because
Donald Trump has always done. He's always spoke the truth. He has always just kind of come out, not spoke the truth. I'm talking about he will project stuff out.
Yeah.
When he knows, he will say things that will basically tell us, yeah, you're exactly who we're trying to tell you you are.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh my God.
Wild. All right, last thing, because I told you we will get back to talking about the midterm elections. Now they're talking about, because they see what trouble they're in and they know they can't stop the midterm elections. So now the new line is, maybe we need to nationalize elections, which is another thing that they cannot do without approval from Congress. And I cannot see how that is going to pass Congress. And I don't see any way of him just saying, screw it, we're nationalizing them anyway, and we're just moving forward with it. But here is another one of these just hard to listen to little fucking weasels. This Mike Johnson. I don't know if we could have like a tournament bracket excluding Donald Trump and just having a bracket of 16 of these assholes just to get to the final two to see which one is the most annoying, whatever it is you want to call him. But Mike Johnson would definitely be a top seed. Here he is talking about nationalizing elections.
The president says that he wants Republicans to nationalize elections. Do you agree with him? And do you have confidence in how elections are conducted right now heading into the midterm?
We have thoughtful debate about our election system every election cycle and sometimes in between. We know it's in our system. The states have been in charge of administering their elections. What you're hearing from the president is his frustration about the lack of some of the blue states, frankly, of enforcing these things and
We're
making sure that
continue
they
monitoring.
There is zero proof of fraud at all. And by the way, we need to be pretty cognizant too about what they're trying to do in Atlanta and trying to do in Georgia and taking all those votes. And probably the plan is to scheme up something to make it look like something was wrong in Georgia so they can do some, I don't know if they're trying to do it with the midterms. I don't know what it is, but they are going to try to do something. There's no question.
But they're in Fulton County. He wasn't going to win Fulton County. You're not going to win Fulton County, right? Like they're stuck in Fulton County. You lost Fulton County to each time you ran by almost 200,000. And then I think with Biden and I can't even remember. I wrote the numbers down, but like it was 200,000 plus. Like it wasn't even close. It's a Democratic stronghold is Fulton County. So why are you stuck in Fulton? Like, what are you going to say? They cheated? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why.
They will though, Lana. That's the thing is they'll say it. And
Fulton County is ridiculous. Like, that's why it's so stupid. Like, it's just dumb. If you really like, just talk it out. It's stupid.
Yeah, but who are we talking it out to, Lana? We're talking it out to stupid people. And this is the whole plan. They do that because they know they have the army of idiots that are going to believe. They won't put two and two together that Fulton County was going blue and there was absolutely nothing that they can find in Fulton County that would have turned the votes around and made Donald Trump win Georgia. But they are just going to associate because that's what they do. They associate fraud, Democrats, probably the black community with it, and then just wrap it all up and get these idiots to go, we told you. You're like,
we told you. They're bringing it, shipping in the invasion of the immigrants. Right. So like I think they were saying, was it like 8 million out of all of those people in Atlanta? Is it Atlanta? I don't even know if it's Atlanta or Georgia at large. I don't know. But it was like out of 8 million or 4 million, 20 immigrants that shouldn't have registered to vote registered. Only 9 attempted to vote out of millions.
Yes.
9. And we don't.
And it doesn't even say all Democrats, by the way.
I was going to say, and we don't even know who they attempted to vote for. Right. So that's the biggest thing because these people were literally voting for Trump as well. We know Florida had a whole bunch of people, Americans, who were trying to vote twice or voting for their dead parents, right? Why don't you deal with those people? Oh, the blue, like it just, the blue states, there were irregularities. They're fucking blue states. He wasn't winning them anyway. It's ridiculous. He can't take over anything. And that's so funny because you got stupid ass Mike. I know. I'm going to be done. Because this is a whole nother thought. Mike Johnson and you know, people like him will say, well, maybe, you know, the fox should guard the hen house. But it's like, if Republicans or if this government got to do elections, it would hurt Republicans, because that means that the only Republicans that would be able to run and win would be the ones that they choose. Like, so that wouldn't even be helpful for them. They wouldn't even get the people they wanted. Like, and that's why probably Thune and a couple were like, yeah, no, that's a non-starter. That's a non-starter.
Yep. Again, and I'm thinking about it more and more. I mean, they are going to do everything they can, whether it's Trump, you know, I'm running again in 2028. I ain't worried about that necessarily, but this is a power grab that they know they have to hold on to, because if they don't, then yes, it goes back to this Epstein stuff. It goes back to all this stuff. And they are in such desperation mode. And they also, again, Lana, have no shame whatsoever. If it means running over the Constitution, telling people to fuck off, and us doing whatever it is that we got to do, we're going to do it. Keep our fingers crossed, hope it sticks. But if it does, then we're in big trouble. But the way everything's looking, you know, it's so funny, Lana, how about the people of Minnesota were nominated for Nobel Peace Prize? Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's funny. One of our members asked for a graphic with
that is fantastic. And what would be even better is if they won it, which would, I mean, just explode this idiot's head.
Yes.
Oh, please, that would be so great. But I don't know, Lana. I think we're at the end here. I was suspended from TikTok for 3 days. Yeah. And my suspension just lifted about 8 minutes ago. So I might go on, because I normally don't go on Tuesday nights, but I think I'm going to go on tonight since I've been
What
gone
did
for
you do?
days. I don't know. This whole it's so stupid, this fucking app now. It really is. It's just, well, it has been, but it doesn't tell you. It just says misinformation. I'm like, can you tell me what the misinformation that I said was? And then let's talk about how you banned me for 3 days based on what? What did I say that was misinformation? But you have to be careful about talking about Epstein, I think, sometimes, or you got to be careful about talking about everything. And now, of course, the person who owns TikTok, Larry Ellison, who owns Oracle, you know, everything is their whole shtick is monitoring people. So
monitoring liberals, because you're not going to tell me that Donald Trump's TikTok and the White House's TikTok don't put out misinformation
absolutely not
every minute of every day.
Yep. And they will not get banned. Nothing will ever happen to a Donald Trump TikTok ever. But this is the free speech. The ones who are, again, who fucking hijacked the words free speech when Democrats and liberals were never against free speech. And first of all, you dummies, free speech really only pertains to the government. And technically, is this the government? No. But Larry Oracle is very close with the president of the United States. Same thing with the FCC. Well, actually, that is the government banning Jimmy Kimmel's speech. The speech they don't, the only speech that is free is the ones that the speech they agree with. If they don't like it, it's not free. Same thing with Back the Blue. They love Back in the Blue until the Blue fights back against their people on January 6th. These people are so fucked in the head.
They love guns unless the liberal has one, right?
That's exactly right. Yep. Unbelievable. All right, Lana, you know, it's now time the show where everybody's been waiting. The Lana Quest show, which is, I think, and I've heard it was just recently awarded the big award show, the best political show on YouTube.
Oh, that would be cool if we had those.
Do you have your
awards.
award with you?
But don't click those links if you're on Twitter. If someone comes into your DMs and says, "Hey, vote for me," click this link for this award or to be host this podcast, delete it. Do not click the link because your account will be taken over by bots and Bitcoin.
You told me about that literally after about 5 minutes of one coming through. And I, of course, never clicked those anyway.
Wow.
But I saw one just had come through, and then you sent me that message. So, but the Quest show is normally still on Saturdays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I am, but it's just my grandson has basketball at like 1:30, so I don't.
Yeah.
Trying to navigate. Yeah.
Woman's got priorities, everybody.
Yeah.
So we always appreciate priorities, and the
Hit the notification bell, though. We always
hit
do.
the notification bell, and then that will be your indication that Londa will be coming on. And again, if you don't catch her live, you could go back and watch the replays. But Lana, anything else? Super Bowl weekend, do you have a prediction at all?
Oh no! Talk real quick about the guy who won Texas. Did we skip that? Did we? Talk
No, we didn't. We briefed about it because I was saying that's when I was saying I'm so glad that these MAGA idiots don't understand how important that was, and they don't understand. Even Democrats, even Ron DeSantis tweeted about it. He said, "We need to wake up, folks, because that's a big deal." I've heard a lot of Republicans say, whoa, this is not good. This is in Texas where Donald Trump won by, 14 points?
Or 17? I don't know.
17 points?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And this guy and not to mention, this is another thing that's good news too, is that where you could tell people are paying attention, is that the candidate that lost had spent $2.2 million on that race, where there was only $200,000 on the candidate that won. So this money, just like Elon Musk, when he put all that money in Wisconsin judge race, that money sometimes doesn't mean shit when people are fucking paying attention.
Absolutely. Totally agree. And in closing too, please, Texas, Tallarico and Crockett and Team Tallarico, Team Crockett, y'all need to stop. Just stop. That race has been very calm and polite. I feel like it's the camps that make it really icky and gross. And
Do you not understand, Lana, at this point? This is the fucking game that you and I get so mad about that they don't understand. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the ones with the best quips. Just have a race against each other. Be cordial. Whoever wins, wins. And I can understand that somebody might be like, God, I feel bad. I'm pissed. I'm this. But I don't know. I'm glad you said that because that kind of drives me nuts.
Colin Alfred thing, that was like so disappointing to me. And then reading the comments, and I'm just like, here we go with these different sides. And Colin Alfred, shut the fuck up. Like, to me, DM Tallarico and get to call him, because I'm pretty sure you can get through and call him and get clarity on what he said and talk that out, because at the end of the day, no matter who's backing you, who's putting money into your campaign, we're on the same side. We cannot predict that Tallarico is going to be a Fetterman. We cannot predict that Jasmine Crockett is going to be the best senator. Like, we cannot predict any of these things. Like, we just got to let it play out, man.
No question. I did hear James Tallarico. He was on The View and they were asking about it. And he said, look, she's my friend. And if she beats me, I promise you, I'm going to be the first one in line behind her 100%.
I heard he asked her prior to him running if she was going to run. So he gave her that courtesy and she said no. So that's why he ran. You know what I mean? So like, everyone's making it seem like the white man, everyone's supporting the white. Like, it's just not, that's not what that is right in this. Maybe the camps, I don't know, the supporters, but them, nah.
I see it on the periphery for the most part because I love both of them. I mean, I don't know how many times have we talked about Jasmine Crockett. She's my girlfriend. I've told you many times I'm in love with her. But it is disappointing to see two people that are beloved right now in this party, to where now do you guys not understand just the whole atmosphere of everything? We can't be battling each other. We don't need a Bernie Sanders situation that when your side loses, that the other people go, I'm sitting this out.
Exactly. And that's what happens when it's so contentious. Like, keep it easy. That's why, like, even like tweets and posts, both. I mean, tweet both and love them both. Like, I'm not taking any sides. Like, we just either one is good for me.
I just said, whoever wins that race obviously is going to be a phenomenal senator, but I just hope they continue to go on the way they started, because that was, it appeared as if that's how they were going to start and how they were going to go. It is my understanding that they both acknowledge that they are good friends, that they do have respect for each other, but sometimes these camps are the ones that come in and fuck all this up. We talked about it earlier. Kamala Harris, I still think the campaign ran for the most part very well, but somebody came in and said, hey, we got to stop calling them weird. I'm like, why?
Right.
That was working. That's what got Tim Walz the job for the most part.
Right.
So I don't know. I agree with what you said. So, but all right. Anything else? Do you have a prediction on the game?
I don't want to. No, I'm not. I don't want to be one of those people who, like, just at the end of the day, like, oh yeah, football, when I don't really, you know what I mean? Like, I
admire that, Lana. You're not like a MAGA person. You're not just going to pretend like you know something.
Yeah, like, I know the game. I know who they are, but I haven't been following, so I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I can't talk about them in depth, so why bother? But
well, if you're putting a bet on the game, anybody out there, Seattle 28, New England 17.
Go Patriots. We have a bet with our office. We have a Seattle office. So
do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
even when the Celtics played, was it Houston? Dallas, right. We beat them. We got a cake. They sent us a cake. Dallas cake. Yeah, because we have a Dallas office.
But we were celebrating that one together.
Yeah.
And now we got Jason Tatum possibly coming back in next month. So
really?
Yes.
We've been playing so well without him. I hope they're able to adjust, because sometimes it's hard to adjust back when you put them back into the.
Tatum said the same thing. He was like, man, I'm watching this team and they're doing very well without me. Not as in like they can't win without me, but it's like he was almost acknowledging, I don't know if not that he doesn't want to. He understands that it could, but the good news is that Brown and Tatum have played together so much for so long that I think it's like riding a bike. They'd be able to figure it out.
Simpatico or something. Is that the word?
That is, I like that word. All right, Lana, good talking to you as always. And we'll be back next Tuesday. Find the Quest Show and hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to find out when she comes back on.
Thanks, everyone.
And if you guys are here, thank you for being here. And I'm going to be on TikTok soon. Bye.